18 days, Virginia.
2 terms.
18 days and you're going to step into a voting booth. And you're going to have a very big choice to make. Not just a choice between two candidates or two parties, but between two fundamentally different visions for this country that we love. You know, Governor Romney's got his sales pitch. We heard it the other night in the debate. He's been running around talking about his 5-point plan for the economy.
1 point! 1 point!
He wants you to believe that somehow he'll create 12 million jobs, cut taxes by $5 trillion, even though it favors the wealthiest Americans. None of this will add to the deficit. When folks who don't actually work for Governor Romney start crunching the numbers, turns out tax plan doesn't add up, jobs plan doesn't create jobs, deficit plan doesn't reduce the deficit. An economist at the New York Times put it this morning, there's no jobs plan, there's just a snow job on the American people. Virginia, you've heard of the New Deal. You've heard of the square deal, the fair deal. Mitt Romney's trying to give you a sketchy deal. A sketchy deal. And it's really just a 1-point plan, not a 5-point plan.
1 point.
1 point. Folks at the very top play by a different set of rules than all of you. Don't move up.
Don't move vote.
If he offered you that deal when he was in corporate finance, you wouldn't give him a dime. So why would you give him this vote? This same philosophy has been squeezing the middle-class family for more than a decade. The same philosophy that got us into this mess. We can't go back to that. I've met too many good Americans who work so hard, show so much resilience, so much resolve. We have been fighting our way back from some of the same policies he's advocating. We have been there, we have tried it. We can't go back. We are moving forward. And that's why I'm running for a second term. Now I believe that the biggest issue with this election is how do we rebuild a strong middle class and provide ladders for opportunity to all those who want to get into the middle class, who are willing to work hard, willing to take responsibility? Are we going to make sure that we're a country where everybody gets a fair shot, and everybody's doing their fair share, and everybody is playing by the same rules?
Freedom for one.
So the economy is the dominant issue. But I want everybody to understand that that's not the only place where Governor Romney is offering you a sketchy deal. It's bad enough that my opponent wants to take us back to the failed economic policies of the past. But when it comes to issues critical to women, the right to make your own decision about your health, the right to be treated fairly and equally in the workplace, Governor Romney wants to take us to policies more suited to the 1950s. Even his own running mate said he's kind of a throwback to the 50s. That's one thing we agree on. But he may not know we're in the 21st century. And in the 21st century, a woman deserves equal pay for equal work. This should be a no-brainer. But no matter how many times Governor Romney's asked whether or not he supports a law upholding that idea, he refuses to say. Why should this be hard? Are you for equal pay for equal work? Are you for making sure that laws enforce that basic principle? He can't tell you, I can't. I support that law. In fact, the law was the first law that I signed into office. where his daughters paid less than a man for doing the same job. It's a family issue. It's an economic issue. It's one that we've got to fight for. When Governor Romney says he's got to get rid of funding for Planned Parenthood. No move.
We learn fast.
What he apparently doesn't understand is that there are millions of women all across the country who rely on Planned Parenthood, not just for contraceptive care, but for preventive care. That's not just a health issue, it's an economic issue. When Governor Romney said he'd have supported an extreme measure in Massachusetts that could have outlawed some forms of contraception, when he joined the far right of his party to support a bill that would have allowed any employer to deny contraceptive care to their employees. Don't move.
Vote.
What he didn't get is that making sure your insurance policy covers contraceptive care is an economic issue also. I don't think your boss should decide what's best for your health and safety. I don't think your insurance company gets to decide what care you should get. And I sure don't think any politician should decide. The only person who should decide about your health care is you. By the way, that's why we fought so hard to pass health care reform, aka Obamacare. This law has secured new access to preventive care like mammograms and other cancer screenings for more than 20 million women with no copay, no deductible, no out-of-pocket costs, because I do not believe a working mother should have to put off a mammogram just because money's tight. This law means that most health plans are now beginning to cover the cost of contraceptive care, because I don't think a college student in Charlottesville or Blacksburg or Fairfax should have to choose between textbooks or the preventive care that she needs. And by the way, for all the young people out here, Obamacare has already allowed nearly 7 million young adults under the age of 26 to sign